Okay, we are live. Welcome to the stream. To those who have just arrived, welcome. Hope you're all doing well. Let me just get the overlay up. Here it is. Alrighty, I've got the Nets jersey on. Hopefully, this isn't the start of our undoing. Purely on the backing of that. But yeah, let's hope that the good vibes continue today. We have Seth Curry back. We are still missing Joe Harris for this game. It is uncertain whether or not he will be available for that final game of the year against Charlotte. But look, the Hawks are extremely short-handed. I mean, we constantly emphasize on this channel the importance of getting the job done against teams that, you can only play whatever's in front of you. And once again, there's another opportunity to, beef up another win, get that record looking absolutely excellent going into the new year. The Hawks are missing Trae Young today. They are missing DeAndre Hunter today. They are missing a number of other names. You can see the starting five on your screen for the Nets. It remains the same as previous. If I go across to the Atlanta Hawks, I will be able to see what their dealio is right now. Last time we played them, they were somewhat short-handed as well. They had Trae Young and Capella, and that was really it. And they had a number of other role players filling the gaps. Today they have DeJounte Murray back, who didn't play the first matchup between these two sides. So didn't John Collins, who is playing today. Okongwu starts in place of Capella. And then we've got AJ Griffin and Aaron Holiday, both who started the previous game against Brooklyn. It was because of the endless amount of injuries going on. Bogdanovic was under an injury cloud. He's available. Jalen Johnson, who was under a bit of an injury cloud, is also available. Hunter, Capella, and Trae Young, as we have mentioned, are all out. So if this isn't an opportunity to win 10 in a row, then I don't know what is. Last time both teams played, I'm just going to go back to the box score. We won the game by 4. It was a 120-116 win. It was by no means easy, so I'm expecting similar resilience today by the Hawks. If I can just get that game up. In that game, Trae Young had 33. A very strong first half. I remember this one vividly. Capella had 15 and 11. And Bogdanovic off the bench had 7 threes for 31 points. I can't even say the word. For 31 points. See, it wasn't that hard. KD at 34, Kyrie at 33. And then we had some good contributions off the bench from Seth Curry, TJ, and Joe Harris, who, as we mentioned, is missing. So a little bit of a healthier rotation in this game. There was no Utah in the last matchup. We have him this time around. We gave Day'Ron Sharpe 6 minutes last time we played this mob. So potentially... we definitely won't be seeing Day'Ron today, I can tell you that much. But apart from that, it remains pretty much the same with regards to personnel. I think the big difference, we also didn't have Clax in that game. So hence the reason why Day'Ron got minutes. But I think the key is, in this 9-game win streak, it's been a lot about, I think, generally speaking, across the course of the year, it really makes a difference when your players are available and available for long stretches. Our best 8 players haven't really... There hasn't been a shake-up because of injury once through any one player. Like, Ben's been there a while since he returned, obviously. Kyrie has had a good continuity since he came back. Kevin Durant's missed like 1 game. Royce has been there basically every game apart from that little week off. Joe's been a bit on and off. He's probably been the most inconsistent when it comes to playtime. Or, availability, should I say. Warren off the bench since he came back. I don't think he's missed once, really. So it's all these, like, really key pivotal players to our team that have been able to string a long stretch of games together without the lineup really shaking up. Last year we saw how many different starting lineups we had, and it really was difficult to adjust and build that team chemistry and really get a consistent run of form going, because you never really had that opportunity to play with the same group every single time, and it was all about adjusting all the time, and that's not easy. That's not usually too easy. So that's one of the big differences, and obviously another big difference is we had struggles at the start of the year from some players. They have picked up the intensity alongside the team's success, and we've seen what invariably happens when that happens, Will Durant get 30 plus? Today, it could go one or two ways. It could be a really tight game, and he definitely will get 30 plus. However, it also could go down the pathway that the Hawks get absolutely smoked, and by midway through the third, it's done and dusted. So unless you want to gamble on KD potentially only playing 2.5 quarters and getting 30 plus, then I probably wouldn't gamble on a bet like that. Overall, though, this is an opportunity. We've got a couple games here where we can really beef up this win streak and make it look even more saucier than what it already is. In case you don't know, a win today would make it 10 straight since basically, I would say, midway through the month of December. Actually, maybe earlier than that. The last time we lost was against Boston. And if I can actually find the schedule, I'll be able to know when that was. That was on the... Where is it? That was basically at the start of the month. We haven't lost for 25 days. What time does the game start? In about 5 minutes. I'm from Europe. I don't know. NBA need Durant 30 plus for 3K. He's usually pretty reliable for that mark, but it's just whether or not the Hawks get absolutely demolished, and then obviously we play our bench. That's the only thing you got to worry about. And given the Hawks are short-handed, you wouldn't rule that out. So I'd be wary if you're going to bet on this game. Ben and KD are so strong on defense over recent weeks. Here's an interesting fact. In the minutes that, or in this win streak, the player for the Nets with the highest net rating, actually across the entire league, is Ben Simmons. So even in spite of all that that criticism and the box scores that don't really stand out to you, he's been absolutely delivering. I think it's a plus 12 net rating, which is awesome. We've actually started right now, and I haven't set the hotkey, so it wasn't responding to my inputs. Okay, we've just started the game. I'm about 10 seconds behind. I don't know why it's done that, but we will keep up. We've already turned the ball over, which is an excellent start, and it's going to be Murray shooting a mid-range, and that's off, and Royce with the rebound. So let me just get over to the main overlay, by the way. let's see what we're setting up on offense. Just need to get this going. Royce is a wide open 3, and that rattles around the rim and is off. So we get into a set for the Hawks, and it's a Kongwu waiting for a pass. We do well to block it all off. Holiday's going to try to take Kyrie off the dribble, and the mid-range 2 is good. So first basket of the game arrives in the 2nd minute of playtime. KD. Oh, that's an excellent feed over the shoulder. Found Ben, who had gone backdoor, and threw it down to finish off the alley-oop execution. 3 for Collins. He was money last game, and he continues the form there with a 3-pointer. His first shot is a make. Ben. Gee, Collins was caught napping. He was talking to someone else, probably for defensive purposes. Didn't he know that he actually had to play defense himself? Holiday. And now it's AJ Griffin, held up by Royce. Holiday over KD for 3. That is off. And a rebound by Clax. Kyrie. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, Kyrie. The ankle breaker was saucy. And he knocked it down for 3. Oh my goodness. Collins, not on the 3. Collins scores the 2. I didn't get too G'd up over that ankle breaker because I thought Kyrie may have done a little bit of a slight push-off, but I'm not going to dwell on it. Kyrie again. 2nd 3 of the game. 2nd shot. And Kyrie has started this one on absolute fire. He went berserk in the 2nd half last game. Collins tries to drive. The block on the interior by Clax. He's going to take it ahead. He's going to get it to Royce in the corner. And now he's going to roll it out to Ben. Collins tried to take the charge. We're going to get a blocking foul on Collins. It will be a side out and a reset for the Nets. Let me just get this shot clock sorted. So 10-7 early in this game. It seems like the Hawks... well, they're going to try play their offense through Collins, it would seem. And obviously DeJounte. Ball is inbounded to KD in the low post. Faces up and scores the 2 over the top. And DeJounte Murray looks like he's going to get that assignment. Here he is right now. Cross, mid-range pull-up. That's off for 2. And Clax will get the rebound. And now Ben will bring it up. Get it ahead. KD shielded the ball well. Pulls up for 2 and misses it wide open. So a bit unlike Kevin Durant to be missing wide open looks like that. It is now Holiday, who will give it to Murray. And now Collins in the post. Faces up. Scores the midi. And this is a guy that, I mean, a lot of Nets fans have been talking about. Or at least the media has been talking about in terms of a possible deal. Simmons into the paint. Tried the little scoop. That was off. And now Holiday on the break. Lost the ball. And it's going to be via a ricochet, the Hawks ball on the side. I will say this, greater good. Kyrie let down the team last season. Last season is not this season. Let's not talk about last season at all. It's so irrelevant. Let's talk about what's happening now. We're on a 9-game win streak, for God's sake. 3-pointer for Holiday. Defensive miscommunication. And usually, Jacques Vaughn would call a timeout after that. Because that was a pretty diabolical defensive possession. But it's going to be free throws for Ben. Durant going to let me down? Well, potentially DeJounte Murray will put clamps on Kevin Durant. Ironic how we started winning when Kyrie came back. Well, yeah, It didn't take a genius to work out that Kyrie is better for our team. Like, what a stupid assumption to say that he would be garbage. The only question mark I've ever had with Kyrie is whether the drama is worth the on-court product. And I mean, the on-court product was never doubted. It was just whether or not he was on the court enough. Simmons misses both free throws at the line. I'm liking the aggression from him thus far. So AJ Griffin on the outside, going to drive down the middle. Turns, missed it. Royce tracks down the rebound. He's going to pass it to KD, who was freed up on the off-ball screen. He misses, and gang rebounding by the Hawks proves successful. DeJounte. Oh, Clax with the chase down, and then Ben fumbled it off his leg. The Hawks got it back, and a 3 knocked down by Griffin. We're going to call a timeout after that. No, we're not. This is very unlike Jacques Vaughn to let it run this long. We're not playing awfully. Kyrie misses the left-handed layup. They're playing some good defense at the moment. Johnson lost the ball. Ben strips him of it. And now it's a 3-on-2 in transition. Ben off the glass. He's good. And he scores for 2. And now a Kongwu under the basket. Good contest by Clax. It will be 2 points, though, by Kongwu, who scored off the window. And now it's going to be KD, who's just going to slow the play down a little bit. KD, alley-oop! Clax! Over the top of a Kongwu. And we have 2 more. So now DeJounte to Griffin. The cross and the drive. And Clax, good contest. But an even better score by Griffin now. So they are just emphasizing driving into the paint. And it's working at the moment. It's holding us accountable on the interior. Ben's going to back down Johnson. He gives it to KD, top of the key. And now the switch. KD over Johnson. Missed it. Ben with the rebound. And the putback is no good. So now it's going to be Holiday to Griffin, who's freed up off the screen. The runner is short. The rebound is not secured by the Nets. Now Johnson misses the putback on the little push shot. So there's been basically no defense in this game thus far. Kyrie. Oh my god. Sent Holiday to the deck. And there's a travel involved. Excellent. We're going to get a timeout. 5 minutes to play. Royce would have knocked down the 3 if there wasn't the travel prior. I don't know who was the recipient of the offense, but we have our first timeout of the game. It's 19-16. The Hawks are up and about early, and I think I expected this somewhat. I mean, you look at how we've played against Milwaukee and Cleveland, and we matched their competitiveness and their competition, but in games like this, I don't know why, but we always lower ourselves to the opposition every single time. Look, I don't know if the jersey that I'm wearing right now has some curse involved, but at the moment, there hasn't been too much resistance right now. Okay, I'm going to look at the box score. Let's get rid of these bad boys. Get that back up. Get this across. If I can get there. There we go. KD's got 2. Kyrie and Ben have been pretty good with 6 each. The shooting isn't that bad. But the problem is we've conceded quite a few extra shots. They've hit 3 threes. They've gotten a few offensive boards. Right now the rebound count is 9-8. So it's not that bad, but offensive rebounds, I would like to say, yeah, we've already conceded 2 of those in the first half of this quarter. So a key focus to bring that number down. The good thing is Collins, their leading scorer, who has 7, he's got 2 fouls already. So he's gonna have to be held out for quite some time. until probably the back half of the second quarter. But right now, it's just fix the defense. I get a vibe that the Nets' plan for this game is let's get Ben a heap of points. Well, I don't care how you do it, just win the game. Get the job done. And right now, I mean, at the moment, we've conceded we haven't been that good defensively, to be honest. There's been a few lackluster rotations. They've been able to get into the interior with really no hold-up. Vaughan has managed the plays brilliantly. Don't remember this many games with basically the same squad under Nash. Well, injuries, as I said, the lack of injuries has really helped him out in, building chemistry and then being able to execute the system nightly. And the more so you do it, the better you're going to get at it. Naturally, practice makes perfect. So if you're able to exercise the same system with the same group of players, they're going to be exposed to it more. The system's going to be better. Or the execution of the system's going to be better. That's partially why this win streak's been existent. A 12-4 run for the Hawks, and now we've got Griffin down the middle. Clacks with the rim protection, and KD, what is he doing? That is incredibly poor hustle there. Just allowed the offensive rebound, and then we've got 2 points for the Hawks, high off the window. Clacks was upset and had something to say at the ref. Potentially a hold off the play. KD, good work by Murray to come over and basically be that second help defender. It's going to be Kyrie on the side with 4:25 to play. We've got to get the ball inbounded, and KD gets it here on the wing. He drives and pulls up for two, and he scores over the top like it is absolutely nothing. Defense has got to lift, though. It's going to be Murray with the excellent cross, TJ with a good contest, but once again, the baseline jumper is good for the Hawks. They haven't really been, they've been really responsible with their offense. Given the personnel they've got, they've really emphasized driving to the basket and only taking the three when it is absolutely there. Kyrie wanted the give and go. He's not going to get it. He's going to get it here off the handoff from Clacks. Kyrie, Clacks with the finish after Kyrie did a little bit of improvisation on the interior. Murray on the drive and the spin. The kick out now to the top of the key. Holiday, fade away over Durant. That is no good, and Clacks will get the rebound. So a decent defensive possession there. And now KD will bring it up. He's going to drive on Johnson and pull up at the elbow. And that is once again a good defensive possession. And now it's going to be Murray. The cross. Behind the back. Shoots the two. That is off. KD with the rebound. So a couple good defensive possessions. It helps when the Hawks aren't moving the ball and we can box out. Warren to Kyrie. No hesitation for three. That's off. And it will be a rebound for Atlanta. So DeJounte Murray to Johnson. And he's going to drive on Clacks. You already know that's getting absolutely sent away if you try to put a shot up against him. Johnson going to shoot a three. Clacks did not close that out. And, wow. Oh, my God. Johnson got a fair bit of luck on that shot there. A perfect bounce as he scored the three. Clacks with an unbelievable take. He's not even facing the basket and was able to score that alley-oop. And the source of offense the last few possessions has been exactly that. Finding the player in the dunker spot and just exploiting that because the Hawks don't have much size on the court right now. Murray on the perimeter. 4 to shoot. Shoots top of the key. And that was absolutely fluent. And the lead is 7 for the Hawks. So I can't say it's been a very good start today. The defense has been a bit shithouse. KD has been defended well. He shoots a 3 and he knocks it down. Quick response by Kevin Durant. And we've knocked down 3 threes. The problem, the Hawks have knocked down 5 of 6. And they haven't even got Bogdanovic in the game yet. AJ Griffin guarded by Kai. A 3 by him is well short, and KD rebounds. Gets it to the corner for Kyrie. Cross-court pass to Royce. Closed out well. Warren tries to get past the closeout. He missed that shot badly. Johnson has played some really good defense for the Hawks. And now Murray is going to slow the play down with a minute or so to go in the first. Drives on Kyrie. Kyrie went for the steal. Poor gamble and an easy 2 under the basket for DeJounte. And the lead is up to 6. Kyrie to Royce in the corner. Kyrie with the give and go. Off the window. That was an excellent offensive possession. And it is back to 4. Murray down the middle. And it's going to be a foul on Royce. Potentially there was no foul involved. And it will be 2 shots on return of the timeout. I think that was just a clear strip. But unfortunately the referee sees otherwise. And that's that. So 31-27 at quarter time. It really just has been a matter of defensive energy in this game. And you can see the Hawks right now are shooting it relatively well. Only playing a 6-man rotation at the moment, which is pretty nuts. And I mean, that's their bench. So they're not. It's not really eye-catching, their bench rotation. They are shooting the ball extremely well, though. And in comparison to us, who are still shooting it well also, the main reason for being down in this game is probably the 3-point defense. And then, you've got... We haven't actually, let the Hawks go to the free throw line. It's just the fact that they've had 4 more shots and have been able to, we've missed our 2 free throws through Ben, which wasn't really a surprise. And then, for the Hawks, it's just been the offensive rebounds. We've given a few of those up. We haven't created a turnover for them yet, which is probably a key focus, and we've had 2. So, hasn't been a turnover-heavy game, but the big issue is the defense. It's really that simple. 5 threes on 7 attempts. You've got to be a bit better in that department. Amazingly enough, John Collins is equal highest scorer, and he's played 7 less minutes than his fellow starters. It's an interesting rotation McMillan is putting out here, because he's nearly played the whole starting 5 for the entire quarter. So, bold call there to do that, but I don't even know. Regardless, we've just, we're shooting the ball well. It's just the defense sucks. And, they've had a few extra shots via the offensive rebounds, number 1. The lack of turnovers, number 2. Wow, so that AJ Griffin 3 is no good because his foot was on the line, as Donkey Eaters has notified us of. So that 3 is going to be no longer counted. And obviously the starters will get a rest. Obviously, played 11 minutes, they're going to get rest from the timeout the rest of this quarter. The break going into the second, and then they will probably be re-energized. So a pretty good time to, yank your starters. The 3-pointer will be taken off, and it will be free throws for Murray right now. So we've got 40 or so seconds left in this quarter. DeJounte remains in. Obviously, you can't send him to the bench because he's taking the free throws. The 5 on the floor for the Hawks. Johnson, Murray, Okongwu, Bogdanovic in the game, and so is Forrest. And the 2 free throws good by Murray. So Kyrie will let the ball roll and pick it up. He's picked up by Forrest on the perimeter. Kyrie to KD. Guarded by Johnson. Gonna drive. Pull up for 2. And it's so contested. But somehow KD just manages to manifest buckets. and does so there once again. It's unbelievable the way he operates. Hawks will hold for 1. There's a 3-second difference between shot and game. Warren overcommitted. The 2 is off. They didn't get the rebound, and KD can bring it up. What's going to happen? KD, 4 to shoot. KD off the glass. 2 points with 3.5 to play. Forrest, is he going to put one up? Is he going to have time to? Okongwu with the heave. It nearly went off the glass and in, but unfortunately, no good. I think the shot clock already expired. Amazingly enough, despite our first quarter woes with defense, we're still winning the game. And we haven't really had the greatest of starts to this one. So, look. I mean, it's a positive when that's happening. You're leading when you're not playing, that well. Box score, we've seen it quite a bit already. I'm just going to go to the Nets box score. You can see our shooting is once again lights out. We're leading in field goal percentage, 3-point percentage for a reason. Purely because those numbers, are unbelievable. And if you can do it over a consistent stretch, you're going to win games, and that's why we're playing so well. KD's got 11. He's actually had a lot of attention dragged towards him, but he's still playing insanely well. Every single player that scored a point has 6 or more. We've only had 4 scorers in the entire first quarter, but those players that have scored are shooting the ball at an exceptionally high rate. So I think the key is just get Royce involved a little bit. Obviously, we'll be delving into that rotation with Sumner and Curry. Overall, decent first quarter, but the defense, we've slowly locked in as the game's worn on. But it's just about, really executing that for longer. That's going to be the next step. If we win this game and the Bucks lose their game with Chicago, we will be third. Well, we'll actually be second. Because we overtook the Cavs to be third. Yeah. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to show your support and drop a like on it. And also subscribe if you are new. I probably will be doing the Hornets game, but only in probably half the game. Not the full game, only half. Because I've got to head off after, but I'll probably pop in. And at least I can say that I've done every game in the month of December to some extent. If not all. The Nuggets are 22-11. Is 23-12 better than 22-11? I'm not sure. I would say it probably is. That's just a bold guess. You'd have to check the win percentage to know. Gee, this is an interesting lineup. We're rolling out Mills instead of Sumner. Curry, going to shoot the mid-range too. He's dared into it, and he scores for 2. So we've got Curry, Mills, Warren, Simmons, and Utah. So no Kyrie minutes. Kyrie, unlike the usual scenario, played the entire first quarter. Easy score for Collins under the basket. And that is the second time in the quarter that's happened. So we've got to have a little bit more accountability there. It's just way too easy. So Ben faked the handoff, and then Patty Mills travelled. Why is Patty playing? Why is Patty playing? That's such a puzzling thing to me. So, Hawks have a 1-point lead. This rotation, this lineup is really ropes right now. I don't know why we're rolling this team out. Collins, excellent work by TJ. And I don't understand how they've come to that conclusion that it was off the Hawks. It was clearly off Collins' leg. I calculated it, and it's actually worse. Actually, yeah, it makes more sense that it's worse. Once again, we have a side out. And Simmons with some good activity defensively. Collins is trying to get easy buckets under the basket, but Ben Simmons wasn't buying it. So it will be Hawks on the side. They got 4.6 to shoot. I didn't realize my clock, my shot clock is so far off. Johnson, that is way too easy. Was just able to maneuver his way through, and it was another uncontested layup. Utah forced into a pass, and now TJ on the outside. Cross. Curry in the corner. Mills, other corner. Utah's money there. He's off. Good defense by Collins. And now Johnson to... Who is that? Forrest? Yep. Johnson to Holiday. Gee, that was really... I don't even know what the word is. Really bold, that shot. It was off, and now the Nets have an opportunity of their own. Curry from deep. Why are you shooting that? Patty Mills has no chance at the offensive board. The Hawks get the rebound, and now Johnson going to drive. The spin was excellent, and that is so fucking easy. Seth Curry, every single time. Every single time. He always tries to pick someone's pocket as they gather, and it's an easy foul +1. It's the most AIDS foul you could possibly give up. Especially when there's no one on the interior that can stop that. So the Hawks are showing up for the fight here. And I don't know why Patty Mills is playing. What is the point? So Seth Curry to Ben. Seth gonna drive. Lost the ball. And it's going to be another steal. And Bogdanovic with a 2. Too easy. I expect a timeout. And we're not going to get it? Yep, we are. Right now, the team is a bit of a shambles. I don't know what he's done with the rotation here. Because in the first quarter, for some reason, he played Kyrie the full time. And in the second quarter, we've had to play minutes without both KD and Kyrie purely because he didn't stagger their minutes like he's usually done. Nets got to remember they're going to get every team's best shot. I'm not really entirely sure what you mean by that. If you just reword it, I'll probably be able to understand it a little bit more. But right now, really puzzling rotation. No Sumner when the defense is a bit shambolic, and he's our obviously best defensive guard, I would say. And even offensively is beneficial because of the fact that he can really accelerate to the basket. Right now, we're just... Yeah, it's been a bit mediocre, I have to say. And if you're going to roll out Seth Curry, you can't roll out Patty Mills with Seth Curry. It's just not going to happen. Or good things aren't going to manifest. It's an awful lineup. It's just, yeah, he fucked up the rotations by playing your boy this early. Or playing Kyrie the entire first quarter. So, all I demand is you bring Kyrie back in. Because right now, yeah, this lineup ain't it, Chief. Oh, man. So the lead is 8 currently. We're early in the second quarter. The offense looks shit. The defense looks shit. This lineup that we've just put out for the opening 2.5 minutes of this second quarter is AIDS. Oh, it says Cavaliers. Shit. Thank you for pointing this bad boy out. It's because you can reuse details from other streams. And I must have forgot to change the title. It's a very noob move by me, but we fixed it. that would probably be gatekeeping people from the stream because they're getting utterly confused by what I'm advertising here. Utah, I mean, it's just so shit. What is this lineup? A 9-0 run in 2 minutes, and we haven't changed the lineup. Seth pulls up for 2, and he misses. I mean, this lineup is awful. Where is Sumner, bro? What did he do wrong? Collins in the post, guarded by Utah, and the 2 is too good. I mean, the team is undersized in every way possible. There's no interior defense, and there's no defense on the guards. So, really, what are we getting here? We're going to get a foul on Collins. It's going to be number 3. He was guarding Ben in the paint. And unfortunately, we've got issues. Well, unfortunately for him, he's got issues, should I say. Seth Curry, Warren, that's a travel. What is he doing? Oh my life, what is this lineup? Bring Sumner in! What is this lineup? W stream, by the way, no worries. Hope you are enjoying it. It's good you're appreciative of it. That's the whole point. Sort of defeats the purpose if it isn't. It's Trae Young versus the Nets. Well, Trae Young isn't even playing, so this makes it even more baffling. Oh, that's an excellent score by Johnson. I mean, things are going their way at the moment for the Hawks, but this lineup, fix it! Mills, Simmons, kick out for Warren, doesn't shoot the 3. Lost the ball. Curry, Mills gonna shoot the 3, and he knocks it down. About frickin' time. 45-36. I mean, if you're going to have Mills out there, he's got to score points. And right now, the offense is doing nothing. What is this defense? Johnson wide open. Top of the key and an easy runway to the basket. No one near him. It's like he had COVID because no one was going near him. And now Mills is going to shoot another 3. There is no one. No one there. And Mills knocks down his second 3 in as many possessions. Forrest's going to drive on Curry. It's going to be a foul on the pass. It's going to be Curry picking it up. Right now, man, it is just the defense. Why is my... Oh my god, I've forgotten to change the timer again. I swear the button's not working. We resume play. Bogdanovic freed up off the off-ball screen. We've got another foul. It's going to be on Utah this time. And before long, we're going to be in the bonus. We've picked up a few fouls in the last couple of minutes. We're definitely going to be pushing that bonus in the next minute or so, provided the same aggressiveness carries over. Collins in the post, guarded by Utah, 7 to shoot. And once again, it's the same possession, but good defense this time by Utah. So TJ Warren to Simmons, guarded by Forrest. You've got to drive on him. So he's going to post him up and shoot and get the roll. So 2 more for Ben. And we've responded in the last minute or so with a couple buckets in a row. Plus getting stops, which is always an added bonus. Bogdanovic now in the corner. It's going to be another foul off the ball. Nope, it's going to be a 3 seconds call. And right now, as I said, the offense is shithouse. Oh, sorry, the defense is shithouse. It's going to be Collins taking the technical free throw. The 3 seconds call probably happened because, I mean, they are, once again, I don't know what their points in the paint tally is, but we're obviously trying to collapse our numbers in the paint. I think Cam has lost minutes in favour of Sumner, but how can we not have either of them on the court? Well, yeah, logically it doesn't make any sense. Because they've got DeJounte Murray as their smallest player, or the guy playing the point. And I guarantee... Like, Mills is on a Kongwu boxing him out right now. Somehow he got the rebound, purely because it landed in his lap. Simmons! Oh my god, he blew the layup. It was an excellent, passing fake. Then Murray tried to bite one off. Oh, that is too easy. You've got to call a timeout. I'll tell you what, it's like Steve Nash is coaching this game, because he's letting the play run. Warren misses a 3 in the corner. He's just letting the play run without... it's a weird rotation. Seth Curry does well to help out on defense. Oh my god, Ben. Why can we not secure steals from that? Oh, they're going to score now. Paddy is the only one under the basket, and Okongwu scores for 2. We're going to get a timeout. What an absolute shambles. Seth Curry did everything right there. Peeled off his defender, was able to strip the Hawks player of the ball, who was unsuspecting. The problem was, I don't know why we didn't keep our feed. If we kept our feed, it would be less complicated. Of course, Curry somehow kicks it off his foot. Ben dives for it when he's probably within reach of it. He's just not reactive enough. I mean, doesn't make sense. I prefer Sumner's minutes because of the defense he brings. Well, he's not even just a defensive guard. He, as I said, his acceleration to the basket is nuts. He's one of the fastest players probably in the NBA. With the pace he's got. So look, Paddy's knocked down 2 threes, but Seth Curry's done nothing. So look, you can have one of them on the floor. I'm not opposed to having Paddy on the floor as long as you got a taller shooting guard with him. Because that if we're going to play switchability, if we're going to switch everything, you can't have Paddy on Okongwu in the paint. Because even if you force a miss, do you really back in Paddy to box out Okongwu? In that last possession, he got thrown out the way, and it was purely because the ball went over Okongwu that we got the rebound. Otherwise, it was a putback dunk, easy as you like. Even so, Okongwu's been able to score dunks at will because Patty Mills and Seth Curry are playing on him in the low post. Right now, it's just a really infuriating game to watch. We're down 10. I mean, the game is obviously not out of reach. We've played nearly 6.5 minutes with KD and Kyrie on the bench. And obviously in that time we've been outscored by 11. So defense sucks. I mean, in the second half, you cannot get the rotations out of whack like they've been in this first half. Because you cannot have that team playing 6.5 minutes. That rotation, it's not it. So we've got Kevin Durant coming back into the game with Kyrie, you would assume. It's an interesting approach, but it doesn't make sense. I mean, we've seen in the past the staggering of minutes with Kyrie playing the start of the second because he leaves midway through the first half. But, I mean, I understand you experimenting, but really, if it's not blatantly obvious that it doesn't work, then I don't know what is. Paddy is still in the game. What has Sumner done to deserve this? Kyrie, Clax, Royce, KD, and Paddy on the floor. KD, extra pass, Clax with the score, +1. The hook shot by Clax and the immediate impact. The Hawks got an extra point out of nowhere. I don't know where that came from, but maybe there's a 3-pointer that was initially a 2. So Claxton with 1 free throw to come, and it is... If he scores, it'll be a lead that is cut down to 8. And it is off. And once again, we've got a lane violation again. Is there something with Clax's rotation that puts off opposing defenders? Because they are always quick to jump on the second free throw. It's happened 3 or 4 times this month. And Clax is not able to pounce on a Hawks mistake. The lead is back to single digits. DeJounte Murray. Going to find Bogdanovic, who has had no impact offensively. Shoots the three and knocks it down. Oh my goodness. What is this defense? Royce is really being left wide open. KD. That's a foul. Bogdanovic slapped him in the face, and it's going to be a side out. They got to learn to play tough, or through tough stretches sometimes. That's why I probably didn't call a timeout. Well, it's just puzzling because Jacques Vaughn's been so good at calling timeouts. And he just let that run way too long. KD lost the ball and another turnover. Bogdanovic has a wide open three. And there's another three. I knew I shouldn't have worn this jersey. I knew it. It's the curse. Kyrie, Royce drives down the middle. The layup is good. And we've got the lead back down to 13. But I tell you what, it is not looking good at the moment. So we've got a switch. And now Murray guarded by Clax on the perimeter. To the corner for Johnson. And he turns and passes. What the fuck? Bogdanovic, I don't even know what he was thinking there. He nearly shot that from halfway. Royce to KD. Top of the key. Gonna drive on a Kongwu. Blocked. Nope. Yes. It's gonna be a side out. Clax just lags at the top of his jumper when he shoots the free throw. Well, yeah, he's actually changed it and it has seen, like, better results. Nets 9-game streak over. No. Not yet. Too early of a call to make that. Or to make that call, yeah. KD is getting held off it. Like, what a fucking joke. Seriously. KD on the outside. You gotta pass a KD. He shoots a deep three. And it's a foul. With 1.2 on the clock. That's an unforgivable foul to give away. But for someone in their second year, I mean, it's one of those things that you can be prone to. Royce and Paddy be so open. I mean, yeah, it's sometimes you got to find the balance between shooting and passing. And I mean, if you're going to get 3 shots, then cool. But obviously, a better defender's probably not committing that foul. So you got to be smart, man. That's the only reason we have Paddy out there. Well, Sumner's perfectly capable of hitting a shot. I just don't even understand what he's done to not get any minutes at all. We are due for a bad game, unfortunately. Well, I mean, it's just like really careless defense. That's really all it's been. And the rotations have been lackluster. I think it's been more of an off night by the coach than it has been for the players. Just really puzzling rotations. So DeJounte Murray to Bogdanovic and now back to Murray. Gonna cross, Clax, shoot the midi, miss it. Good rebound, KD, who tapped it to Kyrie. And now what's he gonna do? Behind the back. Step back, mid-range. It is off. Clax with the tip in. Oh my life. It's going to be called off. Clax touched it as it was still basically over the top of the basket. That's not going to count. It's an offensive interference. Little bit over-eager. Yeah, it was sitting on the rim. So we've got 2:50 to play. And the Hawks just save it. Johnson. The reverse, no good, and Johnson may have hurt his hand there. KD in transition, it's a 5-on-4. What is KD doing there? Caught with a little bit of indecision. Bit, indecisive between shooting and passing it, and in the end, it was a really half-assed pass in the end. Bogdanovic shielded the ball well. KD does well to get the rebound, though, after Clax forced the miss. And now we will slow the play down. And See if we can make inroads late. Kyrie, Paddy in the corner, you got to hit the 3. He does! And Paddy, as much as he's been a bit questionable defensively, he's been knocking down his 3-pointers, which is an excellent sign. He hasn't missed the 3-pointer, so that's been a real positive. So DeJounte, the switch, now Clack's guarding again, a Kongwu in the post, and of fucking course another foul, +1. This time I will give a Kongwu credit for scoring the hook shot. It was a fairly difficult shot, given he barely had possession of the ball, but was able to flip it up and in anyway. And the lead is back up to 9, so we can't make inroads for our life at the moment. A Kongwu's free throw is good, and the lead is back up to 10. KD to Royce. And now KD will bring it up late in this first half. 2 minutes to play. KD gonna do a little bit of a cross. That was a bit saucy. And then he lost the ball. He got it back. He gives it to Royce and back to KD. And now Kyrie gets past the closeout. Kick out to Paddy again. Oh, it was online. It was off, but Paddy got fouled, and it will be 3 more. So an unlikely source of offense here for the Nets. Kyrie has done nothing in this second quarter, but Paddy has really picked up the slack. It's going to be 3 free throws for Paddy with just under 90 seconds to play in the first half. First free throw is good. And if we can get the lead down to 4 or 5 by the end of the half, I'd be happy with that, because we've played like arse the entire half. On the defensive side, at least. Paddy's second free throw is good. This is a good learning experience. Well, yeah, I mean, there's going to be times where you got to fight adversity. We've seen it through the start of the year. And, you know, we've been able to fight through that. So this should be no exception. We should be able to fight through this difficulty as well. Murray, the high screen by Okongwu, and now it's going to be Griffin, who crosses up O'Neal. Good defense. Blocked by Royce. Get the rebound. Surely it's out of bounds off the Hawks, and it is, and the Nets win it. It was not very clean, but we were able to find a way to get that rebound, get the ball back after forcing a miss. And now we have a minute to slow the play down. It's been a good little run late in this half. It's been fueled by defensive stops. Kyrie, good change of direction, and it will be a turnover off Kyrie Irving, looking for a pass in the corner, or looking for the man in the corner. Murray. We've got 46 seconds to play. 7-point lead Atlanta. Murray. Drive on Clacks. Oh, and that's too easy. Again. Good move by Murray to get past. And we've got 30 seconds to play in the first half. KD. Surely was fouled there. No call. KD. Good find for Clacks. He back taps it. We get another crack. And it will be KD who holds it up. Johnson is slow to get up. KD going to drive. He's fouled. It's going to be 2 shots. And that arrives at 14, or with 14.2 seconds left in the first half. I'm losing my voice, man. Already. So amazingly enough, despite playing like trash, we're up or trailing by under 10, which is a plus. Free throws here. Bogdanovic will come in for offense. Johnson can't even see, so he's going to the bench. Simmons comes back in for the final defensive possession, and Paddy will sit. So 14 seconds to go. 9-point game. KD going to shoot 1 more free throw. Sorry, it's an 8-point game. KD's second is good. And the Hawks will hold for 1. So DeJounte picked up by Ben immediately. The high screen by Holiday. And now the switch. Kyrie guarding DeJounte. Excellent defense. And it was wonderful defensive activity by Kyrie to force a very irrational not half-court heave, but deep 3 heave. And that is going to do it for the first half. The lead is sitting at 7. And look, I'm going to say that we've actually gotten out of that relatively unscathed. Purely because, I mean, we've played like trash defensively and we're only down 7. You know, the Hawks have probably played the best half they could have imagined and drawn up. It's going to be the second half where we really dig in. These leads are not, you know, obviously, it's not hard to ascertain the lead from a position like this. You're down 7. You can go on an 8-0 run in 1 minute and change the complexion of the game entirely. Let's have a look at the box score. We haven't done that for quite a while. And once again, the shooting is nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, it's been pretty good. Paddy with 12 off the bench has been the most unlikely source of offense we could have asked for. I don't know why Sumner's not getting minutes, but is what it is. I mean, when Joe comes back, it makes it a little bit easier in terms of balance. But, you know, I guess you can't have 3 guards come off the bench. So it makes sense. But if you're going to play 1, it's probably got to be, well, given how the game's gone, Paddy's got to get more minutes. You can see the starting lineup. KD with 16, 3 other starters of 8, and 2 to Royce. Utah's D at Utah's defense is soft at the rim for a 6-footer. Defense as a whole has been weak. Yeah, it hasn't just been Utah. It's been really, there's been a lot of paint points for the Hawks. But I think naturally, like, Utah is not that, like, built. He's pretty skinny for his size. So, he's probably more accustomed to play on the perimeter. Ben's got 8. Kyrie's got 8. Clax has got 8. Kyrie needs to be taking more than 5 shots in a half. I mean, that and even KD. That second quarter, he wasn't that assertive. He's been really good in, you know, distributing and getting rebounds and stuff and getting to the free throw line. But that said, I mean, 10 shots in a half for him, 5 shots for Kyrie. It's not enough. TJ with no points after a really good game last game. I guess it was overdue that he has a quiet game. But obviously we've seen, judging from the way that some first halves have played out this season, you know, we're yet to warm up. So the second half, I think there could be a fair bit of mass change, a few adjustments being made. Some players usually find their groove in the second half. What did I miss? Well, the Hawks are up 7. We're playing bad defense. KD's playing a pretty good game. Patty Mills is 3 threes off the bench. So we've got that, and then we've got the Hawks, who have got 3 scorers in double figures. They've got another pushing 10. Every starter, or every player that's scored aside from AJ Griffin, has at least 7. Everyone that's played meaningful minutes has at least 7 points. And do I think that's sustainable in the second half? Potentially not, but I mean, those shooting splits, you can't allow that. To be fair, it's been pretty even. It's just the fact that they've got 11 more shots than we have. So their shooting percentages are lower, but it's purely because of the fact that they have 11 more shots where the difference is being made. as you can see. I don't know where that's coming from because they've got 20 rebounds to 20. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting to read the offensive rebound stat. They've got 3. So it hasn't been, the difference hasn't been there. It would have to be the turnovers then. We've only forced 1, which is a big problem. And for us, we've had 8. There you go. There you have it. In a nutshell. Turnovers, and just bad defense generally. And look, in those games against Cleveland and Milwaukee, we've been much more defensively active, which has meant more turnovers have been created as a result of that, on the back of that. But in this game, 1 turnover forced is not good enough. And we haven't been as smart with our fouling, as aggressive defensively. The rotations have been a little bit messy as well, as we've mentioned. Seth Curry and Patty Mills in a lineup for half a quarter is not good enough. So I'm looking to see a bit more of a lineup reminiscent of what we've seen in the last, win streak. This game, of course, is not over yet, though. There is a long way to go. It's a long haul. Basketball, I mean, so much can happen in a game, let alone in like 2 minutes. So there's a long way to make amends. There's a lot of time to make amends, should I say. We're lucky we're getting these teams second night of their back-to-back. There's no excuse we should be fresher than them. 100%. They're on the second half of their back-to-back. They're short-handed. We should be getting the victory. No worries. The Hawks are scrapping way more than the Nets. Well, yeah, that's really all it comes down to. Which Hawk has been the biggest problem? I would have to say the ones on the interior have been the biggest problem. In Okongwu and John Collins, probably. Even though their rebound numbers are literally the lowest possible number. They've scored 21 points between them, and Collins has only been on the floor 11 minutes for 12 points. So, he's emphasizing attacking the paint. So is Okongwu. They've had 6 3-pointers, which isn't an awful number to give away, but at 50% it is. And, they've got some contributions here and there from, like, even Jalen Johnson, 12 points off the bench and 6 rebounds, and it's just been him, putting the head down and just going in the paint, taking it to the cup and scoring because there's simply no personnel to stop him. No help defense or... really, it's usually come down to him being like on an island 1v1 against Patty Mills, and we know who's going to win that contest given he's like 6'7". Not Patty Mills, Johnson. So yeah, there's a lot to fix, but the good thing is we've got a half to get it done. It's not too late by any stretch. So yeah, that's the deal right now. I'm just going to put a little poll in the chat. This is an unrelated poll to the game. Hold on. Okay. Simple question. And just put your poll in because this is going to dictate what happens down the line, because there is going to be a bit of time in January where I basically am not going to be streaming. I think it's like a 4-game stretch. And they're not nationally televised. And then I return for a very jam-packed run where there is games on TNT and ESPN. So make sure to let me know in the poll whether you would want to see nationally televised games. Because obviously if you're not going to watch it, then it's obviously not worth my time. The main aim was to do games that you can't watch because it's either due to games being locked in certain regions or what else? Or yeah, you're just able to watch it because it's nationally. What am I talking about? Yeah, ones that are nationally televised are locked, or you have to watch it on League Pass, and a lot of people can't afford it. So that's why I've done a lot of the games in December, but in January and February, it's a bit of a different story with nationally televised games. So you can watch it if you want, but it's really up to you. All right. Gee, what's his name? Killian Hayes absolutely is wanted for murder because Mo Wagner just shoved him into the Detroit bench chasing a loose ball. And Killian Hayes, was fueled by God knows what. There was a fair scuffle on the Detroit bench there. So, yeah, and then, yeah, Hayes had a little bit of a response, to be honest, I would say. Bit eventful. King of the Pelicans. Hope you're doing well, my friend. You're much better than national games. The commentary guys are national, so they don't know our players. Well, yeah, I guess that's the positive thing. It's like watching a very biased perspective. And look, whilst I'm doing this, I don't want to be super biased. Obviously, my fandom is going to be absolutely glaring when I celebrate someone scoring a 3-pointer or something, but I try to keep it as unbiased as possible. If there's like some bullshit call, then I'm going to try and stay impartial. Is there another website where I can watch the game live for free? I wouldn't know, because I'm watching on League Pass, so I wouldn't know. Get Ben on one of these inside plays for an extended stretch and shut one out. Well, the thing is, Ben is probably a better perimeter defender than an interior defender. When we had that small ball lineup with Paddy and Seth, part of the problem was the undersized. Like, they were scoring at will on the interior, and that was with Ben as the small ball 5. And it was because of all that switching, that aggressive switching we were doing, which absolutely... yeah, it would just absolutely do us in because we'd have someone that's 5 inches shorter on the interior. Like Patty Mills guarding a Kongwu. How's that going to end up, do you reckon? Doesn't take a genius to work that one out. So yeah, that's the dealio. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like. And if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe as well. If you're new, we will be doing a little bit of the Charlotte game. We'll be doing like half the game, and then I'm hoping it's a blowout, so I don't miss anything in the back half of the game. But we all know how complicated we like to make things against worse off opponents. The third quarter is about to start. And hopefully it brings better things. It's better if you're biased. I'm in New Jersey, and everyone are Knicks fans. Nets are not liked in the New York, New Jersey area. I'm not surprised at all. How would I stop the biggest problem that the Hawks are posing? Well, I'd start with a lineup that suitably copes with the Hawks bigs. Look, we can't play KD and Clax the entire second half. So we've got to, TJ and Utah is they've really got to stand up. We can't have Patty and Seth playing at the same time, I'll tell you that much. Kyrie's also got to start picking up the pace with his scoring. Another slow It was actually a good first quarter, but the second quarter was really ropes. We're shooting the ball well, though. So that's not the problem. It's just the defense. The defense, I don't know how many points in the paint they've got, but currently it's pretty uncontrollable. I would say it's pretty off the charts. So we've really got to try force a few more contested shots, and the help defense has got to be a little bit better. Ultimately, it just requires defensive activity, better engagement on the defensive side. That is really all it is. Because right now it's been fairly lackluster at times. The rotations have been slightly off. The personnel hasn't really complemented what we're trying to do. So, hopefully we revert to old ways. Yeah. We just got to revert back to what's been successful in this win streak. And there's a foul immediately. And of course that foul's not going to be called on anyone guarding Kevin Durant. KD gets picked up for the wraparound foul, but that's never getting called when KD's in the post and he's getting wrapped up. So it's going to be Murray passing it into Collins, who shoots over KD. The miss is created and the rebound is secured. So the Nets, we need to make inroads early. So we've got, a little bit of cushioning to work with when the bench unit is in. KD, guarded by Kongwu, Clax with the backdoor cut, and the reverse was unbelievable. He wasn't even looking at the basket, and he threw it down over Collins, who was looking right at him. How on earth has he gotten that to go? Griffin. That was an unbelievable score. Murray over Clax in the mid-range. That's off. Kyrie. Nope, it's another foul on the Nets. And this time it's on the box out attempt. How is that not a foul? That's an insane finish, though, by Clax. I don't know how he's done that. So it's going to be Hawks on the side after the foul was committed. It was a loose ball foul, I think. Murray moving threes off. Good defense again. Ben will bring it up. Lost the ball, and it's going to be Nets on the side. And we saw what happens, or what Ben has been able to do in the last couple games, guarding perimeter, or not perimeter players, but just guards generally. We saw Mitchell, we saw Giannis, Kyrie in the corner for three off the inbounds. That was so badly off. But look, I fully back him in to, do it again, guarding Murray in the second half. We've got Collins, who drives on Clax, puts up the two, and somehow it found a way to not go down. And now Ben will give it to Kyrie. And now KD back to Kyrie. Top of the key, guarded by Murray. Bounce past the Clax on the roll. He could have done the extra feed. He scores +1. Instead, he took it himself. And we have two more. And the lead is down to 3. And all of a sudden, we've got a game on our hands. And we obviously felt a little bit of a, felt a little bit of vulnerability in the second quarter when that lead was ballooning. Clax makes the free throw. But yeah, we've been, ever since the starting lineups come back in, the lead has dwindled, and all of a sudden we're right there knocking on the door. Griffin picks up his dribble, and now Murray into the post. Okongwu is short on the hook shot, and now the Nets can tie or take the lead. Ben gonna drive on Okongwu, gets into the paint, he's blocked. Kyrie tried to get the loose ball. Instead, it's the Hawks. Murray, KD with the block! He saved it, and then Griffin fumbled it out of play. And it's gonna be Nets ball. That is excellent hustle by KD. That is exactly what we were missing in the second quarter, in the first half overall. KD blocking it, chasing up his own block, saving it before it went out of play, and a turnover created. KD was surely fouled on that. And Murray's going to score for 2 after we turn it over. But what is that rubbish? Every single time, the man just gets fucking fouled. And they do nothing about it, man. Ben going to find KD. One-legged fadeaway is good. That is fluent. And we have the lead back down to 2. Or the deficit back down to 2, whichever way you want to put it. DeJounte on the outside. Switch. Pass to Collins. Rhythm three-pointer. Did KD block that? Because that 3 was awfully short. And now Ben, KD, 3. Given the way KD goes about it, you would have thought that 3 to put us in front would have changed the complexion of the entire game. Griffin, it's going to be a block. No, sorry. It's going to be a goaltending call. And amazing that Clax has that verticality to even get the block that high up. Somehow got a hand on it. Instead, it's going to be a 2-pointer for the Hawks. And it's going to be the Nets now with possession. Kyrie for 3. That's short. Chases up his own rebound. Gets it again. Knocks it down. The lead's down to 1. And we're getting a timeout. So just as quickly as the Hawks were able to get the lead out, we've been able to bring it back. And the lead is now 1. And now I beg you get the rotations right, Jacques. I beg. So 67-66. And let's have a look at the box score because I think there'll be a few changes that are observable. You will see the Hawks are slowly lowering their field goal percentage. Both those numbers were above 50%. They are now sitting at about 46%. You can see that Murray's got 13, but there hasn't been really any contribution outside of that. DeJounte's he was 4 of 10 at the half, 1 of 4 in this third quarter, so we've been doing well there. Our shooting has not wavered, apart from the 3-point shooting that was probably not going to be sustainable, but you can see the numbers are, pretty solid. KD, triple-double watch for him because he's well on his way to getting a 30-point, 15-rebound, 10-dime game. Clax and Irving. Clax has been excellent this third quarter, already 5 points. I think it's going to be one of those games where we require the starting lineup to really shoulder the workload. That's probably how we're going to win this game. But overall, it's just been better defensive activity, more hustle, more urgency. It is really that simple. It's no coincidence that we are now only down 1 on the back of playing strong defense, forcing misses, and being able to break out in transition, get those early offensive possessions when the Hawks' defense is not set. And the rest is history. We know what happens when we break out in transition with a team that has as much shooting ability that this starting 5 actually does. So right now I'm in a pretty comfy position right now. I'm sitting in a pretty comfy position. I think this is our game to lose. The Hawks are on the second night of a back-to-back. There's some young players involved. You would think they'd be a little bit more gassed or prone to getting gassed. So hopefully we're able to capitalize, beef up a, pretty wealthy lead. And then the last quarter's pretty pedestrian. Mo Wagner got knocked out. I didn't see him get knocked out. I just saw him get smacked on the back of the head by Killian Hayes as I don't know what the word is. As a response for, pushing him on the bench. Oh my god. That one sat on the rim for a while. Blocked by Clax! Oh my goodness! It was so difficult to get an offensive rebound there. I have no idea why. Or defensive rebound. Okongwu ended up with it after fighting 3 Nets players for the rebound. Only for Clax to absolutely demoralize the shit out of him by swatting that shit out of bounds. We have a switch. Holiday going to drive on Clax. The kick out for Griffin. The 3 is off. The rebound by Ben. Here we go. To get the lead now. Ben, looking for the handoff, is going to find KD in the post. Ben with the give and go. And that's a block. A clean block by Kongwu. And now in transition, Murray. The cross, the layup. Excellent move. And we have 2 more points. So KD. KD picks up his dribble. Royce now. Clax. Kyrie going to receive it now. Gather. Alley-oop. Ben with the take. And the score. And we have the lead back down again. So, Murray going to pull up at the elbow, and that too is also good. So, we went under the screen, and unfortunately too much space allowed there. Ben, early in the offense, behind the back. Kick out for Royce. 3 is off. Kyrie! Putback attempt was no good, and now the Hawks in transition. Murray, cross court for Holiday. Collins in the post, and we have a foul, and it will be 2 shots for Collins. Good recovery. Good recovery by Clax there to prevent the shot from being put up. Otherwise, otherwise it would have been 2+1. But it will be 2 shots anyway. Make him earn his points at the free throw line, and it's going to be a 5-point lead if he can make the second. So 72-68 the scoreline. Collins off on the second, and a rebound by Ben. So the lead is back out to 4, a 2-possession game, and KD will receive the ball now. Good move. KD was hit. He will be taking 2 shots. Halfway through this third quarter, just about. It sounds as if the Hawks are having a red-hot crack. Well, they definitely are. They're not making it easy for us. And I did somewhat flag this last game. Oh, no, sorry. Before the game. I did say, well, they put up a good fight when we played them at the Barclays Centre earlier this year. I mean, that game we won by 4 against an equally short-handed Hawks outfit. And the same can be said here. So it's not ideal. KD, free throw is good. The lead is back at 2. So the Hawks have done well to hold us off. Okongwu. And now Griffin, the alley-oop for Collins. Excellent find. What the fuck was that? Why would you foul there? Oh my life. Who was that? Who was that? I'm not going to be surprised if this was Royce. Nope, it was Clax who hit Collins on the arm as he went up. And it will be 1 more shot for JC. Free throw is off. Can't capitalize again. That's the second free throw in a row that Collins has missed. KD, cross, drive, scoop, off, Clax. Excellent score over the shoulder after he got the putback. And, I mean, we're doing fairly well. That was too easy. Oh my goodness. DeJounte Murray with the wild layup attempt after he absolutely blew right past Warren. Kyrie cross. The 2 is off. So now Murray to Collins, top of the key. Holiday. Kyrie guarding. It's going to be a push-off and an offensive foul. Nets will gain possession. Bogdanovic will check into the game. Yep, so that was just an extension of the forearm. And unfortunately, you're not going to get away with those, especially if they happen right in front of the referee. So once again, it feels like we're being a bit experimental with this rotation because Kyrie remains in halfway through this third quarter, which is pretty unlike. Pretty unlike the Vaughn rotation as we know it. Kyrie with the left hand, the cross was unbelievable. And the lead is no more. It is 74 apiece with 5 minutes to play. It makes sense, though, keeping Kyrie in because we have so many guards available and not enough wings. Bogdanovic got right past O'Neal. That was too easy. And it will be Kyrie bringing the ball up with 5 or so minutes to play in this third quarter. Kyrie stops, spin, and Kyrie, man, that is not the shot you want to be shooting. KD remains on the floor. We're playing a small ball lineup. Bogdanovic, drive on Royce. Pass to the corner. Griffin is wide open. That is off on the 3. KD with the rebound. Cross court to Warren. One more to Royce, who is wide open, in rhythm. That is off. And, I mean, the opportunities are there for us to take the lead, and I feel like when that happens, we won't be looking back. But every single time we've tied the game or we're shooting a 3 to take the lead, it always results in no cigar. So, lead remains at 2. Murray got the ball here. It's a foul right in front of the referee. Royce is going to pick it up. Another foul that you just can't afford to give away. But I guess Bogdanovic does that to you in instilling a fair bit of worry. Sumner is finally in the game. And that's good to see because we obviously didn't see him in the first half. So Kyrie is the first to go to the bench and take a seat. Bogdanovic with 2 free throws after the Hawks are in the bonus, but he misses number 1. And the Sumner inclusion is smart. It's a very smart move. So KD remains in. We're seeing this. We're seeing a rotation that looks similar to what we've seen, where there's a little bit of staggering with KD and Kyrie's rest. So I'm much more of a fan. KD, that was a really ropes pass. Utah to the corner for Warren. They closed that out well. Extra feed. Royce with the score off the window. And that's just a smart team play by TJ Warren there to get the lead back down to 1. Johnson to Holiday. And now to Johnson. Spin move. Kick out. Collins wide open in the corner. The 3 is off. Utah, man! Oh my god. They got the rebound. Murray missed the floater. Off back iron. KD, is he going to pull up for 3? No, he's not. He gives it to Royce instead. KD going to receive it in the post. Utah trying to create off the ball. Royce top of the key. He fumbled the dribble. Utah going to shoot the 3. It's off. Every single time we have a chance to take the lead, it's always a low percentage look or disjointed every single time. Bogdanovic, Murray, cross. Now the switch. Kick out. Johnson in the corner. Dared to shoot it. That's off. Warren gets the rebound. I mean, if they... is it not blatantly obvious the Hawks want us to take the lead right now? We've only been given like half a dozen opportunities to get it done. Utah to KD in the post again. He lost the ball. He wasn't aware of it. He kept it in. Johnson... dunk. Far out, man, bro. Every single time, dump it to KD in the post. Let them rush him. And of course, he doesn't have eyes out the back of his head. so you can just creep up on him. Royce, you have a wide open 3. He knocks it down. The response is needed. It was there. The lead is now gone again. The game is tied. Now we need a stop, and then we need a score, please. I want the lead by 3/4 time. Good defense, Royce. Bogdanovic hassled. Royce with the steal! Excellent work. He holds up the play, and KD will let the C's part so we can bring it up. KD cross, bounce past Royce, down the middle, pass out to Sumner, the spin, mid-range, air ball, he wanted the foul, and then it's going to be a kickball. It's the same bullshit every single time we are this close to taking over. It's always the same shit. Disjointed possessions. Always. Oh my life. This is going to be a close game, I can tell you that. Without a doubt. 79 apiece. We've done well to fight back. The problem is every time we score, they score. Every single time that we don't score, they don't score. Leave the door open for us. We don't take the opportunity. So frustrating. And, I mean, there's, a huge opportunity for us to win 10 in a row. Hawks are short-handed. Hawks are missing, 3 of their best players. Second night of a back-to-back for them. We, theoretically, are playing our best basketball in a long time. And still we're in a little bit of a tussle to win this game. So I think it'll go down to the wire, but right now we've just got to focus on playing our best brand of basketball. Is Durant going 30 plus? I would assume so. I'd back him in to score a few in the last quarter, but I can't help but think that how we're going about it is the wrong way. We just keep passing to KD and trying to force things. It's really reminiscent of Nash ball. Where you just pass it to KD or Kyrie. There's no plan. Just make him or let him create. So, yeah. Are our assist numbers down? I would assume so. From the eye test, I would assume so. But we'll check it 3/4 time. We've got a minute and a half to kill. So, yeah, we'll see what's up at 3/4 time. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to show your support on it and subscribe if you are new. Let's see if we can get it close to 850. Yeah, because we're pushing that number. We will be streaming next for Nets Charlotte. That game, I will only be covering half the game, so hopefully we blow them out in the first half, and I don't really need to worry about missing anything for the second half, but I just want to be able to say that I did every game in the month of December to an extent, at least. I mean, I've done basically every single game in its entirety, but it's just that one game where we won't be able to do the entire thing, unfortunately, but regardless, I'll be there nonetheless for a little bit of a chat before 2023 commences. Well, over here it will be 2023. You'll still be waiting on it if you're in the US. Bogdanovic behind the back, mid-range, off. Okongwu with the rebound over KD. He faked the pass. KD, excellent defense. And then the foul on Kevin Durant again. So KD picks up his third foul, and it's probably his third of the quarter. KD's being lazy on defense. Well, he didn't box out, but then he got the follow-up block, which was good. And then I think he hit him on the hand. I think the foul was there, so I'm not going to be one to complain. Okongwu makes free throw 1. We're forcing misses, though, which is the very positive thing. That was going to be always the thing we needed to fix in this second half. Because in the first half, it was plain to see that we sucked on the defensive side. Okongwu splits the pair. We've got 1 minute. We are down 1. A basket would give us the lead. Please do it. Utah off the window. Strong take. And we are in front for the first time since the start of the second quarter. And now this is our game to lose. Murray has played the entire third quarter. Forrest in the corner, behind the back. TJ, good defense, forces the pass to Bogdanovic. Durant is absolutely hassling him. Johnson cuts baseline. They lost the ball. They got it back. Shot clock violation. Yes. Excellent defense. I mean, you absolutely gave him zero space in that possession. And there's absolutely no surprise as to why we were able to get a stop right there. Only their third turnover of the contest, though. Sumner, KD, in the high post. What's he going to do with it? It looks like it's going to be an ISO kind of play. Cross, foul. Oh, had a Kongwu in the air. It's going to be 2 shots. KD will get to the free throw line. How many points does Kyrie have? We will look at all the box score stats. So hold your thought just for a little moment, a short while, and then I will get to it. So KD going to shoot a couple at the free throw line after the baseline jumper drew a foul. So KD going to shoot a couple of free throws. The first one was made. The second would give us a 3-point lead with 1 possession for the Hawks to work with. Okay. Free throw is good. So the lead is back down. DeJounte's going to let it roll for a couple seconds. They've got 10 to operate. 5 to shoot. Guarded by Utah. DeJounte pull up mid-range. It is off. Rebound Sumner. And that is the 3-quarter time horn. And the lead is ours. It is a 3-point lead. An excellent third quarter. We allowed 17 points after conceding 63 in the first half. And this may very well be a sign of the Hawks slowly tiring out as we manage to pick up speed. We need Kyrie to turn up in the fourth. Yeah, sure. I mean, if Kyrie doesn't have to do much in 3 quarters and then can just pick up the workload in the last quarter, it's a decent decoy because, you know, you think that KD's your main issue and then Kyrie rocks up in the last quarter. It hasn't been a case of Kyrie being in a slump. It's been a case of him not taking shots. That said, he has 12 shots on the board. He's got 13 overall. Clax is 15. He scored 7 in the quarter. It was an excellent quarter by him. Ben is 10. He also contributed pretty well in the third quarter. And Patty Mills obviously did nothing off the bench because he didn't play a minute. But overall, it's the starting 5 that are going to get this game done. KD 22, 14, and 7 in 3 quarters of action is absolutely berserk. Absolutely stuffing the stat sheet. But we're going to need every single little effort humanely possible to get us over the line in this game. I just want to point out something. The first thing is the turnovers were neutralized in that third quarter, and that's where the advantage was in the first half for the Hawks. You can see our shooting splits are still pretty positive, pretty healthy. The Hawks, though, DeJounte's taken a shit ton of shots and very inefficiently. You can see halftime they were above 50% in both categories. They are now sub 43% from the field and sub 35% from 3. Didn't make a 3-pointer in the third quarter. So you're seeing the difference with that defensive activity and that urgency. Overall, they have 77 shots and we have 62. So that discrepancy with the shooting, you know, we've had 62 shots to 77. That's still ballooning, but at the same time, the defense means that it doesn't really matter how many shots they're going to get. because we're constantly defensively active and engaged and preventing these, you know, those open looks that they were getting in the first half. Play resumes. It's just really the fact that the Hawks have been deterred from what they were doing in the first half in driving to the cup. We've actually cancelled that out much better in this second half. Warren, runner is good for 2. And I tell you what, this lineup is exactly what we should have seen in the first half. Simmons, Kyrie, Clax, Utah, and TJ Warren. The 5 on the floor when KD's not there in the first half was atrocious. Johnson basically airballed that 3 from the corner. Kyrie gets it ahead. Utah off the window. Blocked by Johnson. Excellent follow-up. And now Forrest crosses up Clax. Stops and rolls it back out of Griffin. No hesitation on the 3. Rebound Kyrie. It's a good, strong rebound by him. Ben to Warren. The post-up on Griffin. The fadeaway is off and the rebound by Bogdanovic. So Bogdanovic is going to slow the play down. Guarded closely by Ben on the perimeter. The switch now. Kyrie guarding in the high post. Forrest on the outside. Griffin to Collins. Warren is there. Collins will be shooting 2 at the line. Warren picks up the foul with 3.9 on the clock. So obviously, probably not the greatest foul to give up, but you'd rather him earn it at the line than give up an easy 2-pointer. Need KD to hit 1-3 to secure my bet. Do you think he does it? Potentially. I don't think it's a smart shot if KD's taken 3s, but he's obviously got the right level of caliber in order to make it happen. Collins makes both at the line. The lead is now 3. Kyrie gets into the paint. Nearly lost the dribble. Spin move. Baseline jumper is good. 2 more for Kyrie. And given he is the clear number 1 on the floor right now for the Nets, he's going to have to shoulder the responsibility. Johnson. It's a travel on Johnson. Excellent defense. They're trying to feed it to Collins in the post. And the more we deny that, the more difficult it's going to get for the Hawks to be able to manufacture points. And right there, they didn't even get it to Collins, and you know, we were able to create the turnover. Kyrie, bounce pass to Clax, Utah in the corner, drive and kick to Irving, and now Kyrie's going to hold the play up with 4 to shoot. Sidestep 3-pointer is good! Oh my god! You already know that spot for Kyrie is magical. The lead is out to 8. Forrest, the kick out. Johnson is wide open. He misses the 3. Collins can't get the putback. And a rebound for the Nets. Kyrie, deep 3. Heat check. Got it! Woo! What the hell? Are you taking the piss? Borderline from the logo. And Kyrie is definitely Mr. Fourth Quarter. That is just a bullshit heat check. Kyrie is him. The lead is in double figures. And all of a sudden, the game is absolutely flipped on its head. Wow. I need to just avoid the microphone because otherwise I'm going to absolutely hit it. Probably deafen your eardrums in the process, but regardless, oh man. Let's just have a look at how many points he's got. Whew. He is scorching in last quarters. I think he's one of the best fourth quarter scorers in the entire league, and stats actually is proof of that. He scored 8 points in this quarter, and I reckon all eight were within the last 45 seconds to a minute. The difference is this. Kyrie is one thing, but the huge difference is the fact that I think fatigue is playing a huge part with the Hawks. They're getting some wide open looks. Granted, we are giving players that probably, don't like the responsibility of shooting an awful lot. Those are the guys we're forcing the ball into the hands of, and they're either turning it over or missing. Jalen Johnson, the last 3 possessions, has thrown up 2 3-pointers wide open, which have both missed. Or maybe even the last 4 possessions. 3 threes that he's missed, and also has turned the ball over on a travel call. So, we're giving it to the players that we want. Like John Collins in the first half was getting it an awful lot, and he was punishing us. DeJounte Murray, obviously he's on the bench right now, but you get what I'm saying here. It's just where, we're manifesting misses because the Hawks are not getting it where they want it. In the first half, those points in the paint would have been through the roof. And I'm really regretting the fact that I didn't look in the first half or at halftime to see what that figure was, so I can see what it is now. But I can guarantee you they have really been... They haven't been permitted to do exactly what they wanted in that first half. There's been more help defense. There's been just a lot more camaraderie in this second half when it comes to defense. And the offense has really complemented that, as to absolutely no one's surprise, by the way. Collins is going to post up Warren. It's going to be a blocking foul as both Collins and Warren hit the deck. When did the Hawks play the Sixers again? I actually wouldn't be able to tell you that. I'm not really familiar with other schedules, but the Bucks are losing by 2 points. Now that's an interesting game. I probably want to keep track of as the game wears on. So we've got about 9 minutes to play, and DeJounte Murray is going to take the inbounds. Holiday to Bogdanovic. Step back mid-range. Again, a shot you want to be giving up. Ben! Oh, wait, what? Once again, our boxing out has been a little bit messy in this last quarter. This time we give away the 3. No, sorry, not the 3. The offensive rebounding opportunity to Okongwu. He is fouled. He misses free throw 1. Granted, I probably want him at the free throw line over anyone else on the court. Utah with insane verticality to block the shot. However, obviously the foul was called earlier. 2 misses by Okongwu and the rebound by Utah. Think Durant isn't getting 30, while Kyrie scored 8 in 1 minute, so I think KD can do the exact same thing. Utah, top of the key, down the middle. Floater is good, and we have 2 more. 10-0 run in 1 minute and 45 seconds. And all of a sudden, this lead, I mean, now we're talking about the game potentially getting away from the Hawks early. Bogdanovic finds Okongwu in the post, and another foul on Utah. With 8 seconds to shoot, the foul was called with 8:23 to go on the game clock. So Okongwu obviously missed the last 2, so that may say a few things about how these are going to go. Never mind, he makes free throw 1 and ends the run. Let's see what the score is in the other game. Second free throw is good, so he compensates for the 2 misses on the last trip by making both. So Kyrie, Utah. It's going to be a foul off the ball. Okongwu held Clax as he was rolling to the outside. So currently the Bucks are in the third quarter playing the Bulls, and Giannis is 25-12 to absolutely no one's surprise. Apart from that, no one else has existed for Milwaukee aside from maybe Lopez. And yet they're still leading. Kyrie's going to be pinged for an offensive foul. The ball wasn't even inbounded and he shoved Holiday to the floor. So with 8 minutes and 10 seconds to play in this game, the lead is 11. We're in a pretty good position. The turnover count has gone down for us. Okongwu scores for 2 more, and he's scored quite a few points in this last quarter for the Hawks. Probably the only points in the last quarter for the Hawks. So Warren on the outside. Utah is freed up in the corner through a couple of off-ball screens. Pass to Ben. Back to Utah. He's going to pull up for a mid-range, and that's probably the shot you don't want him to take. The level of difficulty on that shot was probably the reason you want to keep away from that kind of shot. Holiday, extra pass to Okongwu, the spin. That was a wild layup attempt, and Clax with excellent defense. Kyrie now. So Kyrie on an island, guarded by Holiday on the wing. He gets into the paint, he's blocked, and that is the ISO ball you don't want to play. DeJounte Murray gonna drive on Utah, thrust him out of the way, and it's gonna be 2 more, and Jacques Vaughn calls a timeout. So a 6-0 run for the Hawks, and this game is not over yet. I turned it off when you said they had Curry and Patty in the second. What happened? Well, defense happened. Simply put, we actually woke up in the second half on the defensive side, and we've only conceded 25 points in the entire half. That is why we have the lead as of the moment. However, the game is obviously not over. There is a long way to go in this one. We can't get complacent with this lead at all. I need Durant to score 6.5 more to hit this 2-leg. Well, you may get it done. KD's got to get back in the game first in order for your bets to come to life. Currently, this is what we're looking at. And there's been a few better contributions in the second half. I mean, we didn't see anything from Utah or TJ in the first half, and we've gotten a little bit of that. But it's really been the starting 5 in this game that are going to be the ones that pioneer this charge to the finish line and ultimate victory. The Hawks aren't going away, though. And they've knocked down a few shots. Okongwu's been really aggressive. We've been forced to foul a couple times there. And, he's been able to keep the scoreboard ticking. And they're hanging around. Credit to them. They've had some good contributions overall. They've got 5 players in double figures. So, they're not going away. And they're going to need to feed off that a little bit more to get the job done. 100 people in chat right now. Excellent stuff. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to show your support and subscribe if you are new. We will be doing half the game against Charlotte in a couple days' time. It will be New Year's here, and won't be New Year's if you're in the US. But we will be doing a little bit of the coverage, just so I can say that I've done every single game in the month of December. And then we will be going on a run where we won't miss a game until January 13, I believe. So make sure if you want to stay notified for every single time I go live. There's some entertaining games within that. The Pelicans, the Heat, the Celtics, all involved in the back end of that run. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. So we've got a good 7 minutes to play, and we're going to hopefully ride this wave to the finish line. The Hawks have responded. So we need to ensure that we close this one out with competency. Clax to KD, who is back in the game. Utah to the corner for Warren. He's going to post up Murray. Shoot the one-legged runner. That is not the shot you want to be shooting. It seemed very strained and didn't really square up to the basket. So That one was well off. Bogdanovic, guarded by TJ. Good defense. Decent offense. Bogdanovic flips one up. That's off. Okongwu is keeping him alive, man. Another putback layup. And they've gone on an 8-0 run through Okongwu, basically. So KD on the outside. Gonna drive on Collins. Gonna shoot the mid-range. He misses. Rebound Murray. We're going away from what we did to beef up this lead. Murray. Gonna shoot the mid-range. Off the window. It was pure. The lead is down to 3. It's a 10-0 run of their own in response to our 10-0 run earlier in the quarter. So KD, I beg, no ISO, please. Kyrie nearly lost his dribble. He's guarded by Holiday on the outside. Cross gets into the paint. Foul. +1! Oh my life. That was the definition of a rim grazer. It sat on the edge of the rim for 3 seconds and just trickled its way in. My goodness, the craft to get to the basket, falling to the floor, basically parallel with the ground when he released it. Somehow got it to go. It's going to be one shot for Kyrie Irving, an opportunity to convert the N1. And all of a sudden, the Hawks crowd is quietened a little bit. Kyrie's free throw is good. And it is the Nets' game to lose. 5:30 to play. DeJounte Murray with the ball. TJ guarding him. Try to go for the steal. Wasn't there. Murray stripped by Warren. And now a 3-on-3. Kyrie maneuvers through. Off the window! Oh, that is disgusting. That is disgusting. I don't even know what the basketball terminology is for that. But he was just able to split 2 defenders. He's got 13 points in 7 minutes with 1 miss from 6 shots. Murray with the scoop. That is good. And they're going to need a lot more of that to get it done. Fam, that was disgusting by Kyrie. What the fuck? You're not allowed to do that. Kyrie, 1-on-1 with Bogey. Shoots the 3. That's off. That is not the shot. I understand you're feeling it, but you've got to take it to the cup. So Murray crosses Warren. Turn around. Picks up his dribble. And now Holiday on the outside. A bit of a loose pass involved there. Collins in the paint. Guarded by Clax. Collins misses. Okongwu. Where's the foul there? Oh my life. Where are they pulling these fouls out of? Where was that? That's just a 50-50. Everyone trying to win a rebound. Where is the foul there? You're making shit up as you go. And Okongwu scores again at the free throw line. Fucking hell, this is a joke. I mean, how do you even see there's a foul in that? There's like 7 players under the rim. So, 195. Okongwu shooting the second free throw. He made number 1. The second free throw is good. And the lead is back down to 4 with 4 minutes to play. Here we go. KD guarded on the perimeter by Collins. It's clear we've called an ISO because there's 4 other players in a line along the baseline. KD 1-on-1 with Okongwu. Shoots a 3. Off. Not the shot. Why are you shooting that? Go for 2. Murray. Switch. Clax. Guarding. Murray's still there. He's going to shoot the baseline too. Miss it. Rebound KD. He's been a monster on the glass despite giving up all those offensive boards. Kyrie now will slow the play down. No, he won't. He'll shoot a pull-up mid-range from the edge of the paint. 2 more. Foul. Or timeout, sorry. And with 3:18 to play. 102.96 is the score. And we've been holding them off. They're not going to go away. Is Okongwu one of their regular starters that lad is smoking? It's just off the basis he's getting offensive rebounds. That is it. Durant doesn't get 30, I'm going to kill yourself. Well, quite honestly, I don't think he's going to get the 30 piece at all. He's been defended well in the closing, but he's taken some really irrational three-pointers. I said it before. If he's going to shoot three-pointers, like, it doesn't make sense. Get to your spot. Kyrie is 15 in 9 minutes. He's played the entire last quarter. 6 of 8 from the field, 15 points. He had 13 at three-quarter time and missed the fourth quarter, rocked up to play. He is the leading scorer in fourth quarters this season with just under 9 a game. So, I mean, the stats say it, the eye test says it. You've got to watch Kyrie Irving in the last quarter. Purely on the basis of what he does in the last quarter, you've got to watch the game. Alrighty. 3:18 to play. The Hawks have possession. All we need to do is get a couple stops, and this game is going to be out of reach. DeJounte on the outside. Switch. Bogdanovic, top of the key. Guarded by Clax. He lets one fly and knocks it down. I mean, it's just ridiculous. He just knocks down those bullshit threes. Oh my god, Royce. What the fuck was that? Kyrie. Alley-oop! Woo! That was nearly the most disastrous possession turned into one of the most visibly amazing possessions. Bogdanovic does not pull the trigger this time from the same spot. Picks up his dribble. Collins, good move. Oh my god. How on earth has he done that? I'm in that much of a discombobulated mess that I can't even put two words together. Or a word together. Royce? Where did the camera go? The camera just disappeared. Now it's back. Kyrie behind the back. ISO. 3 to shoot. Kyrie! What are you doing? Pass the ball! It's ISO. Oh my life. What are you doing? What is... Oh, that is unforgivable defense, Kyrie. The game is tied up. Why would you go under the screen? Here we go. It's going to get intense. KD. Drive. 2. Good! Oh my god. 2-point game. 106. 104. 125 to play. High screen and switch. Collins in the post on Kyrie. 2 is good. And we have a tied game again. KD, guarded by JC on the outside. Is he going to shoot a 3? Nope, he's going to get into the mid-range. Foul +1, where is it? He scores the 2. 1 minute to play. Game is in the hands of the Nets right now. Murray, drive, Clax holds him up. He missed it! Get the rebound! Clax with the board! And it's going to be a timeout by Jacques Vaughn. And that was one of the most intense sequences I've ever seen in my life. DeJounte Murray's shot was this close to falling. It sat on the rim for about 5 seconds. And then we managed to secure the rebound. And given it was really congested in there, you don't want a steal to come out of that. So, a very good timeout by Jacques Vaughn. I've got to really sync up the shot clock here. We've got 47 seconds to hold them off. Please, for the love of God, do not be idiotic in the final minutes. Please don't. Just don't. Just save me the pain. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to show your support. And also subscribe to the show. We want to push 850 by the stream's end. So if you want to stay notified for more net streams, make sure to, subscribe. Alrighty. Come on. It was a good stop. I may need to employ the stop chant in the final, the closing possessions, because that's what we're going to need here. It's going to be all on the back of defense. We've got some Hawks fans. We've got some Nets fans in the chat. It's excellent to see a little bit of diversity. We are 13-3 in clutch situations. That means it's a 5-point game in the final 5 minutes. So statistics would say that historically we are very good in this position. Let's not do anything dumb. KD is going to get it off the inbounds with 47 seconds. He's going to hold the play up. We're going to go for a 2-for-1, you would suspect. Is he going to shoot a three-pointer? Is he going to shoot a three? It's an ISO. He gets trapped. Please. Kyrie lost it. It's a foul. No fucking way. No. Is he going to get pinged for an open... What is it, a clear path foul? Oh my god, okay. That could have easily been called as one of those fouls where you get ball... you get possession along with the free throws. It's going to be 2 shots. The Hawks are in the bonus. For God's sake, man. So DeJounte, career 78% free throw shooter. He is off on the first free throw. Come on. We've got 150 in the chat right now. What is going on here? 108, 106. 30 seconds to play. Is he going to make or miss? You have to make it. He makes the second. The lead is now 1. We have 1 timeout remaining. Ben, get it to KD. It's a 6-second difference between shot and game. If you score a 3, it's probably game over. Jacques Vaughn calls a timeout. And with 21.9 remaining, if I can get that exact time up, shit. I'm actually shaking right now. Bro, KD was walking a tightrope there. Every single time, it's so predictable. Like, turnovers. I mean, the Hawks in some situations like these have stolen games before. KD could have been pinged for backcourt. Jacques Vaughn was right there in the referee's ear to call that timeout. This is ropes, man. I can't deal with this shit. With 21.9 to play, there's a 16 seconds on our shot clock. 6 second difference. 6 second difference between shot and game. We just need to just be smart with the ball. You've got to inbound it first. We have no timeouts remaining. If we can't inbound the ball and get this side out right, then we're in trouble. We're going to have to play defense on the final possession. Whoo! I don't know what you do. The Hawks are going to trap you, so you've got to... I'm assuming that we may see a situation like the Toronto game where Utah scored a 3 in the corner because of all that, they trapped Kyrie when he drove to the cup. That is exactly what could happen here. Utah is on the floor alongside Warren, KD, Royce, and Kyrie. Let's see what's going to happen. Here we go. Get the ball inbounded. Kyrie gets it in the backcourt. Here we go. Are they going to set up a play for Kyrie? He's been the man in this last quarter. He's got 5 to shoot. Shoots a 3! Oh my god, it's off! They got 6 seconds. They're not calling a timeout. Murray! 2, 1! It's off! We win! Is that it? It's it! That's it! It's over. We win by 1. It could have... I thought it was going to be a foul. My heart is racing. That is not the shot you want to shoot with the last possession. But the game is over. We hold on by 1. And, I mean, if there's one position you want Kyrie to take the three from, it is that iconic position where he scored over Curry. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, but KD and Kyrie with an unbelievable contest on the perimeter. However, it was so online. I thought that was going in. That's 10 in a row, though. That is 10 in a row. And look, I'm going to give them credit. The Hawks, man, they played a stellar game. We're going to do a little bit of a post-game, and then we're going to wrap this one up. So those who are leaving now, thank you for tuning in. I've never had this many people in chat before, so it's awesome to see. Wow. I mean, what a game. What a game. I mean, this is a safe space if you're a Hawks fan. Also, if you're a Nets fan, share your thoughts about the game in chat. We will be talking about it for a little bit, but as we've said numerous times, good teams find ways to win when they shouldn't. And that's what happened here today. Win number 10 in a row. Win number 14 in the last 15 games. A win is a win. Exactly, Jake. Exactly. JV saved them. I mean, in a way, yes, but that side out, that play from the timeout was just arse. I mean, it was just give the ball to Kyrie and throw up a prayer and basically back the fact that, you know, he had the hot hand in the last quarter. But regardless, I could not deal with that. The game is over, to my relief. A win is a win. And what we're going to do now is look at the box score. Wow. And in the second half, it was all on the back of defense. In the very late part of the game, they sort of started to get their offense going a little bit. They got to the free throw line. Okongwu was their main source of offense there, which was a bit surprising, but it worked. He ended with 18 and 13 boards. John Collins at 21. That was a good performance. DeJounte at 24. Not very good efficiency. He was probably the guy to take the last shot, but really puzzling. The Hawks had 2 timeouts, and they didn't use one. I mean, they had 7 seconds to operate. That's probably the wise thing to do. But in saying that, at the same time, you know, you had an opportunity for the Nets to bring in their best defensive lineup if you did call a timeout. So it makes sense, but at the same time, that was just a prayer. So yeah, that's what the Hawks were doing. My voice is already gone as well. Let me get the interact screen up. And you will see, I mean, yeah, it was a good performance by the Hawks. Very spirited in light of being really undermanned. 6 plays in double figures. You can see their shooting numbers were meh. You know. But our shooting, 3-pointers were not great in the closing. We missed our last 4. Shooting overall was excellent, but we had 14 less shots. And that's where the vulnerability arose from. It was purely because we had way less shots than them. And they were able to, you know, even though they were missing a lot, they were able to make up the ground because they were getting a lot of offensive boards. But you will see KD and Kyrie there. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a little bit of a poll. Player of the game. Just quickly. And let's add a couple options. We'll go KD. We'll go Kyrie. We'll go Clax. And we'll go... Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. We'll see what... I'm interested to see, because this was a bit of an off game by by our standards. And even so, we got the dub. So you know what? I'm gonna take it. You know, if we're offered the chance to win, I think I'm gonna take it. Obviously, you can see that Paddy had 12 in one quarter, which was really welcomed. 22 assists is down on usual numbers. We're usually exceeding 30 plus. So it was a bit of a different game today. It was a bit of an off game, but as mentioned, the fact that we started the game slow, the last quarter we sort of fell into a bit of a rut offensively, and still were able to get the game, you know, win the game when it was all said and done. I'm going to give us a lot of credit for that. Because, yeah, I mean, at times today it looked like we were staring down the barrel of a defeat that would have ended our streak. But, I mean, talk about, you know, just making it anxiety-filled every single game, man. Like, why? It was a lot of ISO ball today. I don't know why. I also don't know why Sumner played 4 minutes. That was a really puzzling call. KD, though, 26, 16, and 8. I mean, that's absolutely heroic. You can see 2 blocks to KD. Clax had 6 blocks today, fam. 6 blocks. Royce had 3 blocks. KD had 2 blocks. Wow. 2 blocks to TJ as well, man. We were an absolute force on the interior. 13 blocks in a game. And then you got 7 offensive rebounds to a Kongwu. I mean, that's how they fought back and hung around and ultimately nearly, that basically contributed to us nearly caving in and them just running over the top. So credit to them for hanging around and being persistent, even when it looked like the game was done. They out-rebounded us. No, they didn't. It was dead even on the rebounds, 12 turnovers to 3. So that also kept them in the game. You know, they didn't really turn the ball over at all in this second half, or just in the entirety of the game. And they were, you know, ensuring that they had a few extra possessions in there because they were forcing and not creating turnovers. I would have voted Clax, but Murray was kind of cooking him in the mid-range. Well, Murray, hold on. If I just go... Let me just get my trusty calculator up. I don't know what the shooting split is for him, but... DeJounte Murray only shot 38% from the field. So, look. DeJounte didn't really have a huge impact in terms of, like, he took 26 shots and only scored 24 points. So, highly inefficient in this game. Did the Hawks do something special to limit the effects of Ben? Well, Ben only played... he played 25 minutes, and half of those minutes were in the minutes where we had that bullshit lineup. So, you know, it doesn't really... It's one of those games where I don't think you can judge Ben because he had the wrong players around him in this game and was brought in at times of the game which, you know, we were struggling. So, I don't think this is a game you can judge Ben. I do want to thank Clax for just scoring some really timely buckets like he usually does. You know, Kyrie, last quarter, 15 points. Exceptional. And then KD, obviously, only had 5 shots in the second half, which is very unlike him, but he got to the free throw line a ton, which usually doesn't happen. He had 9 free throws. I would definitely put some money on the fact that that's probably the fewest free throws he's taken, or the most free throws he's taken in a long, long time in a game. So the aggression was there, which is good. I'm going to wrap this one up here. If I don't see any of you before the stream that we do against the Spurs. I hope you have a wonderful New Year. Wonderful New Year's celebrations. But if I do see you in a couple of days' time, we will be doing Nets Charlotte, but only half the game, or maybe a little bit over half, purely because I've got other shit happening. So, yeah, I'll see you then if you're there. If you're not, have a great New Year. Have some good New Year's celebrations. Enjoy. Had high expectations for Utah. Yeah, I mean, obviously you can't, do it every single game. You're bound to have, rough stretches and then have some scorching hot stretches. You're never going to be perfect, but obviously get the get the rough stretch out of the way now. Get the rough stretch out of the way now, and then when we reach playoff time, we're talking about these players really, hitting their stride, going into the playoffs and probably, hopefully producing their best brand of basketball. That'll do it. I will see you if you're around for Nets Charlotte, where we'll do half the game, a nice little play-by-play before the New Year. It'll be New Year's over here, but in the US it won't be, and some other places as well. On the way out, make sure to show your support and subscribe if you're new so you're notified when I go live next. If not the Hornets, I will see you for the Spurs stream. Thank you for tuning in. Once again, the support was excellent. We had 170 people in right at the apex of the game, so that was awesome to see. Loving the interaction once again. That'll pretty much do things, I do think. Stay safe, everyone. We'll see you soon. And that'll do it. Peace out, everyone.